Good evening everyone, this is the Great Pumpkin speaking and welcome to this new stream of Final Fantasy XIV. Tonight we're gonna attempt to finish the Omega Deltascape as well as begin our first 24-man alliance raid, the Royal City of Rabanastre. So given that the queue seems a little long, I'm thinking we're actually gonna take a chance and attempt to do the introductory quest for the Royal City. So let's do this. There was basically an introductory quest about this, which actually sent us looking for an NPC that was looking for us, so that's where we're gonna go. I accidentally started, but you haven't missed anything important. So that is fine. But there's Kaiten, whom we've met beforehand. Kaiten knows of someone seeking your acquaintance, Dramatis Personae. Welcome, my lady. There is a young maiden here who would speak with you. I'm not seeing anybody. That figure looks familiar. Miss, the adventurer has arrived. I forget her name, though. Nina Murilla. Yeah, I knew Murilla. And here she is, the liberator of both Doma and Alamigo in the flesh. I am Lina Murilla, correspondent for the Raven. You may recognize me from my exposé on the secret lives of the Homunculi, being the boys band that Miss Mycenta is managing. We've actually seen them in this year's Starlight or something quest. Starlight Ceremony, that's right. I'm kinda questioning her because she reminds me of something. Is there a problem? Muji? Oh, that would be my sister. People mistake us all the time. Same profession, you see, and we do bear a passing resemblance. When last I heard, she was still assigned to the Botanist Guild in Gridania. Poor thing. Yeah, she's actually involved in the level Is it 60? No, that's 50 in Ishgard for Botanist, which I've already completed. It's nice that they acknowledge it though, but enough small talk. It's not for nothing that I've been standing here since yesterday morning on the off chance you'd pass by. No, I'm here because, actually, it's best you heard it from Alma. I am but an observer. Alma, come! I found her! Is this the adventurer of whom you spoke? Indeed it is! Interesting team there. Please, I beg of you, find my father. You're his only hope. Aww. It's alright, Alma. We are attracting unwanted attention. Might I suggest a change of venue? We will await you before the Prima Vista. The theater barge has a berth at the airship landing. Fancy dress though. Kind of clash with the locals. And that is done. So, the Prima Vista being actually that airship that we saw about a while ago. That's actually last stream when I pointed it out near the Boqueiro Inn. Anywho, the way to the airship landing, which is actually unlocked through the getting all the aetheryte, will actually lead you to the place where you can go to the various cities, but here we can do it directly. Sweet. As I said before, I think it better we continue this conversation in the privacy of the young lady's barge. It is not that I don't trust anyone here, it's simply that I don't trust anyone here. Didn't you say the opposite just then? Gate guard Gumo has been instructed to look out for you. In future, speak with him when you wish to gain admission to the docks. Here we are. So the question is, they're saying 10 minutes, but we're not missing that many people. Thanks for coming, Hard. You're probably wondering why I've summoned you to an airship, and a Garlean one at that. Allow me to explain on the shuttle. Oh, but that won't be possible. We are already ready for the Deltascape. So we're gonna forget about that and continue it once we're done, which shouldn't be too long. Here we go! So yes, apparently Omega is quite literal about this void thing. And here we are against Exdeath, who looks a lot like his, as well as Final Fantasy V, of course, his Dissidia Final Fantasy incarnation. So our first order of business will actually be dealing with the Doom debuffs that he's gonna put up, so 2 people would die if we actually didn't dispel it using Isuna. I don't know how scholars work for this, although I figured they had that. So yeah, so they're basically explaining it. What this fight is about is basically that Exdeath actually draws on the Void for his various spells, and the spells gives different effects. Among others, he has a Void infused Blizzard tree, which will end up actually making anybody who's not moving completely frozen. So yeah, this person in the chat is actually explaining it like the regular Thunder is a tank buster, the enhanced Thunder is basically a point blank AoE, Fire, basically strong fire pointed at players, and the big one is a raid-wide damage with a debuff. So yeah, there will also be a bit of a transformation. This arena is gonna actually lose its railing, among other things. We'll also have a stacked Holy, and a bunch of other stuff that we'll see about. Oh, enhanced fire, that's right. Don't attack and do anything. I remember now. Really tough? With the kind of gear that we have? Huh. So watch for debuff. So to be it, it's those 2 black mages. Aren't they lucky? Oops, Scholar was ahead of me. And he already managed to deal with all of them. Good for him. Ah, that's Thunder Tree, so that's a tank buster. We'll need to take care of that. Fortunately, this adds vulnerability, which I won't be able to do much about. Fire Tree. Oh, that's the infused version. I didn't see it. Okay, we're fine. That's another infused. Thunder Tree, get away. Oh man. Well, that's not really helping. I can dispel the paralysis. Lovely. Ah, damn it. I wasn't moving. Well, it wasn't too long, though. I need to pay closer attention to this guy. Okay, which is it gonna be? Thunder Tree, away! Okay, vacuum wave. Did I call it or what? We ought to be close to second phase. Okay, which is gonna be? Blizzard tree, keep moving. Good. Oh, we've got a fire tree incoming. The decisive battle. Get away. Okay, and get to the back. Oh, holy. Lovely. Flare. No good. Okay. Damage was fairly minimal. Meteor. Guy is pulling out all the stops, huh? Wawa weewa. Was bigger than I expected. Black hole. This kinda put a lot of not so nice things around the arena. So basically don't touch those. Blizzard tree, gotta keep moving. Oops, we lost Tiletta. And somebody else as well. Well, that's lovely. Meteor again. Thunder tree. Is it void infused? I don't know. It wasn't void infusing. Good. Blizzard 4. Black hole. Blizzard tree infusion. Okay, good. Vacuum wave. That could have been dangerous. I wasn't even sure he actually did it during this phase. Thunder tree, probably not infused. The decisive battle. So this one is basically based on where the tentacles are. There's only one safe spot right here. Beyond that, fairly simple. Well, we lost the tank, he fell down. And I got zombified like an idiot. Wow, we were. Oops. Completely mishandled that one. Another meteor. I thought there was a mechanic for this one. Did they make it simpler? Oh, black hole. Okay, that's fine. Thunder tree. Damn it. Holy. This guy isn't going down quite as quickly as the other ones. That's usually what I expect from a raid boss. That is good. Although we need a limit break. That scholar is good. It is done. Awesome. Goodbye, commend the scholar. Oh, wind up Exdeath. I need that. Spring, I need that. Need the crank. Need the shaft, obviously. Need pretty much everything, really. Gonna have to redo a lot of those for many reasons. We've got this. Delta 4 eliminated. No more Deltascape subjects remain. Initiating world shutdown. Whoopsie. Welp. Come on, dearies. Okay, so I got nothing. There is a Deltascape crystalloid though, I don't know what that is. Well, 3 commendations. Not bad for a first try. And cutscene time. There's our pal Alpha. Whee! Ard, thank the gods you're safe. When the shell around this place began to crack, we feared the worst. Given that all of us are present and corporal, does this mean this area is no longer the Deltascape? Beep! Deltascape shutdown complete. Alpha Group is victorious. Congratulations! Your combat record has been archived for future matchmaking. Results from the other test worlds are still pending. In the meantime, please tend to your hurts and await further instructions. Blip! And with that, we've taken a significant step towards solving the mystery that is Omega. It hasn't been easy, but all in all, I'd say things were proceeding rather smoothly. We couldn't have done it without you, old friend. Come, let us return to reality and enjoy what rest we can. Can we really call that base we've got reality? Still within the Omega dimensional rift, I suppose. Things are proceeding smoothly indeed. Too smoothly. Rather negative, isn't he? Huh. 'Tis well that thou harborest doubts, mortal, but they are misplaced. Omega could have conducted its test in complete secrecy, unbeknownst to all. Yet not only did it betray its presence to you, it allowed you to come this far. Alpha, what art thou truly? The instrument of the mortal's triumph? Or the bait that lured them onto the abyss? Qui? Thou knowest not thine own purpose, then we can but watch and wait. Meddling Midgar Summer. Outcome unexpected. Projections gave Delta subjects the upper hand. Outcome supports hypothesis. As previously observed, certain beings may unleash hidden potential when subjected to stress. In the initiating new test, subject Alpha Group members to severe stress. See searching database for suitable event. Bloop. Event found. The death of a comrade. That's ominous. Welp. For all Garland's whining, I was cooperative and helpful, was I not? I look forward to many much more for such forays together, hero. Queek! Ah, it feels good to be back on solid ground. Thank you again, old friend. You did well too, Alpha, fearlessly going into battle whenever you were called upon. We're glad to have you with us. Speaking of which, are you comfortable joining us out here? Looks like it. I'll take that as a yes. Well then, at the risk of obeying Omega's orders, I suggest we permit ourselves a moment's respite. Ah, but mayhap I should take this opportunity to compile the results of our investigation thus far. No rest for the righteous. Well, good. The anomaly. Not sure which part of this is. Maybe better to wait until we actually get to unlock the Sigmascape. Yeah, that seems like a good place to stop. So, we're gonna go back to Kugane. We'll have a look at those cutscenes we've missed. Afterward, we're gonna continue the introductory questline to the Royal City of Rabanastre. It was actually pretty quick. Took us, what, 20 minutes? That's the book heroine. Alrighty. Deltascape 4.0. Finally, it is in my grasp. The power to control all creation. The power of the void. Rather impressive, I've gotta say. Still would have liked if they had used something else entirely. Like a new bottle and whatnot. Why? The void was mine to command. How could it? Arrgh! Deltascape complete! That was an impressive fight, though I liked it compared to the other ones. But yeah, here's the thing, and by taking famous characters and incorporating them as a simple, disposable boss fight, well, they actually don't really get to reuse them within other storylines. Although recently they seem to be enjoying kind of making their own things. Things like, you know, Ravana, Suzaku, and even Nidhogg. So, you know. And there's also a chance that they might decide that this was entirely fictional and that a new character pops in as either Exdeath or somebody else. So yeah, thank you for coming, Hard. You're probably wondering why I've summoned you to an airship, and a Garlean one at that. Allow me to explain on the shuttle. Doesn't look very Garlean to me. Still, fancier than what the Eorzean got. It does kind of look like that one they used. I'm actually not sure. It's probably closer to the Enterprise, actually. Which is Sid's ship. Oh no, that's the shuttle. The main ship kind of looked like the... I think that's the Gracian. The one the Imperials were using back in Evan's world. Here we are. Well, a lot of stuff there. Welcome to the Prima Vista, the most luxurious theater barge in all the land. The Prima Vista serves as both stage and home to the majestic Imperial Theater Company. You can keep that dirk in your drawers. No one here is a member of the Imperial Army, nor are there any spies within the troop. At least, no known spies. Want some excitement, huh? Ask anyone and they will readily attest, the majestic Imperial Theater Company are the finest practitioners of the dramatic arts to be found anywhere on the 3 great continents, and beyond. They have admirers throughout the Empire and its territories, and even boast a sizable following in Gridania, hence my assignment to their story. It is a little-known fact, outside Garlemald at least, that the late Emperor was a devoted patron of the arts who supported various theater troops to the tune of much coin. Looks like Leviathan up there. What's that other one? Big Claw? Indeed, Solus was so enamored of the majestic players that he ordered the construction of this very airship that the troop might perform in every corner of the Empire. When his grandson took the throne, however, everything changed. Now, all theater troops, domestic and foreign, must submit their works but to approval by the Central Imperial Board of Censors. If a play is deemed vulgar or inflammatory, it is banned and the troop denied their writ of transit. The worst offenders, well, they are never heard from again. This policy has effectively left playwrights with one or of 2 options: compromise their creative integrity to curry favor with his gradients, or put down their quills altogether. The Principal of the Majestic, however, chose a 3rd option, to express his disapproval for the new Emperor's policies obliquely in ostensibly unpolitical works. Pray forgive me for my earlier outburst. I am Alma Lexentale, daughter of the Principal Jenomis and Lexentale. Mayhap you have heard of my father's latest play, the Zodiac Brave story. On the surface, it is an innocent retelling of a well-known Garlean fairy tale, hardly worthy of the censor's attention, but beneath, it is something quite different. In fact, the censor failed to spot when they approved the manuscript for public performance. The play quickly became a huge success. The common folk loved its fantastical story, while the learned classes appreciated its true message. By the time the Imperial Board of Censors realized their mistake, it was too late. No longer in a position to prohibit the performance outright without admitting fault, they took aim at the company's purse strings instead. Before long, noble patrons began to withdraw their support, fearing to be associated with the troop, and by the end, even the learned felt compelled to feign ignorance. By bleeding the majestic of their funding, the censors robbed them of their voice. And none of this has made it any clearer as to why you're here, right? Allow me, Lena. That would be Sid, who's showing up in places he has no business being, of course. Well, aside from being Imperial, maybe. I've known Jenomis since we were students at the Magitech Academy. When I heard his daughter was in Kugane looking to enlist the aid of an adventurer, I felt compelled to give her your name. Sorry for not announcing myself sooner, old friend. Jenomis and I were from different worlds, but that only served to fuel our friendship. Many weather nights we would prattle on in the wee small hours, warm flagons of peated ale numbing our minds to the other's naive ideologies. Yet no matter where our conversation began, it would invariably end with him telling me how he was going to change the Empire from the inside out. The troop was to be a spat into the people's hearts. Even after the Empire forced him from his home, Jenomis never gave up hope that his work might change the world. Art will ever strain against by artificial bonds and borders, man-made walls and misguided wars. It is in such times of uncertainty that we must needs embrace our calling and take to the skies, so others might do the same. What I am trying to say, rather poorly I concede, is that not all Garleans are hewn from the same stone. Just as there are those who pledge their lives to the Empire and would never think to question the authority of its leaders, there are those like Alma's fathers and myself whose love for the country does not blind them to its flaws. Still, try selling that sack of sunflower to an Elmegan or a Domant who has watched his family consumed in the flames of a Magitech Reaper. How many Eorzean adventurers do you think would leap at the opportunity to help an Imperial search for our missing father, and in Garlean territory no less? But you are different. You have seen enough to know that the line between good and evil is not defined by race, color, or creed. So, what say you? I could never turn my back on a damsel in distress. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Now that you understand the nature of the task, perhaps Alma could provide some insight as to where we might begin our search. Shortly before my father disappeared, he began work on his next play, the successor to the Zodiac Brave story. But I'm going ahead of myself. Please follow me. They've got a lot of plot exposition to do, given that they're introducing new characters. That happened within Void Arc 2, which was the previous 24-man Alliance raids. I'll say. That's a fancy thing right there. Huh. Through adventure and hardship, young Delita, a boy of common blood, became a hero, culminating in the birth of the mythical kingdom of Ivalice. Of course, a reference to Final Fantasy XII as well as the Final Fantasy Tactics series on Nintendo DS for the most part. But that is where the story ends. There are no records of anything that follows. Was Principal Jenomis simply going to invent something? My father believed that he had discovered evidence of a second hero, one whose efforts went largely unnoticed, but without whom Delita would never have risen to the throne. His was the next tale he wants to tell, the true Zodiac Brave story. Second hero? According to my father's studies, this young man was one of Delita's closest friends and confidants, that is, until the untimely passing of Delita's sister forced the two to part ways. Yet, the unnamed hero continued to provide aid to his friend by thwarting the machinations of those who would scheme against Delita, thus paving the way for the Pauper's rise to regent. You must forgive me, but I've never heard anyone make such claims. How exactly did your father come by this information? That is a long story. One which begins and ends with Jenomis becoming lost in the very legend he sought to lay bare. Even as far back as our academy days, Ivalice had Jenomis firmly in its grasp. He flatly refused to believe the story was just a fairy tale. And so, when he was finally driven out of Garlemald, it was only natural that he should choose this place of all places as his refuge, was it not, Alma? That is correct, Master Garland. It has long been my father's beliefs that the ruins of ancient Ivalice lie beyond Naxia, buried beneath the sands of the Dalmasca Desert. Poor Dalmasca. The kingdom prospered in relative isolation for countless generations, until the Empire came calling. When not touring, my father would organize expeditions into the Dalmasca Desert to search for proof of Ivalice's existence. Sometimes, he would bring back strange artifacts, ancient tomes and crystals unlike any others. It does look rather strange, kinda like materia, really. My father called them Orosit and claimed they were vital to proving his theories. This is one such crystal. Oh, so those are the ones that we've actually used to get rid of the Asians. Or at least 2 of them. By the 12, it's magnificent. Ivalician legends tells of crystals bequeathed by the gods unto those who would be kings. It is during his quest to gather Orosit that young Delita rises to preeminence. I must have heard the tale 1,000 times from my nursemaid, but that is all it ever was, a tale. My father would often tell us how the Orosit spoke to him. At the time, we assumed he was speaking figuratively, that the story's beauty roused his muse. But then he began to act strangely. How so? Following our arrival here in Ingashi, my father spent most of his time cloistered in his chambers, poring over his past research. He thought he was alone. We could oft hear him in conversation. It was not uncommon for my father to recite the lines as he wrote them, but it soon became clear that this was something else. It was as if he was talking to my mother who passed several winters gone. Might this not have been out of mere loneliness, or perhaps the strain of your flight from Garlemald? Possibly, but that could not explain the voices which answered him. What do we got now? Oh. A dude who actually looks like the protagonist of the original Final Fantasy Tactics looks like. Alma, who are these people? I told you I did not require any help finding father, especially from outsiders. So good of you to join us, Ramza. Allow me to introduce. That might actually be the real name of the actual characters. Is this another case like Kryl where they made another character that's basically a copy of another one? Enough, Master Sid. Ramza Bas Lexentale. We may be shunned by the Empire, but we are still Garleans, and we still have our pride, unlike some, it seems. We require neither the aid nor the pity of foreign rabble. Have you forgotten where you are, our brother? It is we who are the foreign rabble. This land and its customs are all but unknown to us. We would be fools to conduct our search without a proven guide. Your sister was right, Ramza. As for my good friend here, your mistrust is ill-placed. I will personally vouch for her character. In all the times I have known her, she has never once let anything as insignificant as race or creed color her judgment. You are lucky to have her. You bet. But we would have you, Master Garland. Why do you refuse us? You know why. Until this affair with Omega is resolved, my hands are tied. It pains me to refuse you and your sister, but it pains me far more to leave Jenomis to his fate. I am sorry. You need not apologize. I'll let my emotions get the better of me. After what happened in Rabanastre, it may be time to admit we're out of our depth. My brother's last expedition met with tragedy in the ruins of the capital city. He barely escaped with his life. The Empire turned Rabanastre into a death trap. You were a fool to set foot there without a proper escort. I realize that now, Master Garland, but at the time I saw an opportunity to rescue our father, and I took it. Whatever led you to believe your father was in Dalmasca's capital? My father's fascination with Ivalician legends began with a trip to the antediluvian city long before the war. Call it a premonition, but something tells me this is where he has returned. Now you must excuse me, I need some time to think. Then, Alma, I shall leave you and your brother in Heart's capable hands. She has ever repaid my trust with interest. You would do well to grant her yours. Thank you, Master Garland. We will not forget this for kindness. I'm reading things too quickly. Camera was a little stuttery there. Well, no matter. Oh, how I miss my father. Sid didn't bid me farewell. This is going in my write-up. Eh. Master Garland seems to think highly of you, so I will withhold judgment until after the Almasca. The city fallen, Ramza is itching to depart. Dalmasca is nestled in a forgotten corner of the Empire's outermost territories. I do not foresee any trouble from the standing army, but would suggest committing to memory the locations of each of the barge's exits, just in case. As for the flight itself, the currents above Dalmasca are as wild as the land below. You may want to hold on. Them pilots look rather Garlean, alright? Then again, I do see an Elysian over there. Possibly Mikote, I'm not sure. Oh yeah. Not the one I thought, but there is one. No ladders, though. Suppose Alma is small enough. Oh, it's moving, huh? How about that? Kinda looks like a coliseum up there. Going pretty far, and yet at the same time we're in Alamigo as well as helping with Omega. Man, do we get around? Well, I suppose Aetheryte teleportation does help. Having some girls stalled there. We'll complete our descent to Rabanastre in the shuttle. Ramza? I thought I made myself clear, Alma. The capital's simply too dangerous. Father would never forgive me if I were to lose you, trying to rescue him. Actually don't know whether this was an actual character in the case of Alma. I just don't know. Come, we are wasting time. Remember doing some of the earlier parts of Final Fantasy Tactics, but precious little else. Back in the days I made a decision with my brother. There were more games back on the Sega Saturn, so I didn't pick up a PlayStation when I had the chance. Perhaps a mistake. I'll never know. Then again, we had access to stuff like Mortal Kombat, which was enough for us. There's the Royal City. Ansi. And even more desolate than Alamigo itself. According to my father, Rabanastre was already a thriving city some thousands of years ago. But after performing several private excavations beneath the so-called Desert Sapphire, my father came to the conclusion that it was not the first settlement to stand here. Then, your father believed that Rabanastre sits atop the Royal City of Lesalia, capital of Ivalice. But if that's true, it could change history. We would be famous. Famous? Are you sure you don't mean rich? Ha, your kinds are all alike. Parasites grown fat on the sweat and suffering of others. Bold words for a boy of but 16 summers. And what, pray tell, have I done to deserve such spite? I only wish to learn the truth behind the disappearance of the Empire's foremost playwright. If that should lead to something bigger, well then, I would be the worst reporter of the realm if I did not pursue it. Yeah, cat ladies. Rather high-strung, aren't they? Yes, we can argue about this now, or we can return to the Prima Vista and report to our army of adventurers that it's time to begin the expedition. I humbly suggest the latter. You lizard men. You see, it is as I said, brother. Let them come to us. Should we kill them now? No, the time is not right. When has that stopped us before? Fool, do you see that one? Slayer of gods, they call her. Warrior of light. Yeah. We've got enemies already. Lovely. Royal City of Rabanastre now accessible. And there we are. What you got, boy? To Rabanastre. I always feel like it should be called Rabanastre. It's kinda like Amdapor and Ampador thing. Hold on, father. Help is on its way. You cannot expect me to walk away from this. If the legend of Ivalice is true, the public has a right to know. Good for you. So that's it for the Deltascape. We can go on ahead and queue. Let's do this. This will take about 22 minutes, which is a lot, but then again, we're getting 24 people, so that's not unsurprising. Each of those 24 players will be divided into what they call alliances, which is basically the usual, what can I say, not 5 players. 24 divided by 3, that's 6 players per alliance, which means 1 tank, 2 healers, as well as 3 DPS. So good on that. Anyway, so things I've gotta do. I suppose I could do dailies. I know you guys don't particularly like that, but, you know, gotta wait for the queue. Got no choice even as a tank. Swap over to Black Mage, why not? I seem to be having a little trouble soloing as a Black Mage. This is something I'll have to solve at some point, especially if I'm gonna do that in Shadowbringer, but I doubt I will. It's easier for the stream if I have things like, I don't know, faster queue times. Getting somewhere though. Probably don't have that long of keeping to do those snake ladies things. I still have a number of levels to take from Botanist as well as Miners to get my crafting going. But I'm getting there, slowly but surely. Ah, we're getting filled pretty quickly, that's good. Lighting the signal fires again. Criminal crossings. Fugitives again. And snacks. Basically the same one as last stream. Big surprise there. Welp. Once Rabanastre is done, I'm afraid I'm gonna be spending quite a lot of time actually just unlocking gears, which means that we'll probably get back to the main quest once the holiday break is done. But then again, who knows? We might have surprises. I managed to gear up fairly quickly, we'll actually get access to more dungeons and trials. We actually haven't gotten much in the way of trials so far, so that would be neat. Man, that Fire 4. So much damage. Although at times I kinda wish Mana Ward was on a lower cooldown. That makes sense too, given that we're glass cannons. I'm getting pretty close to level 66, which will allow me to unlock the rotation with 3 flares back to back. That will be sweet! We will also, after the break, probably actually get access to that camera I bought, as well as that green screen, so you'll actually get to see my unmasking shortly. We're getting there. Only missing 3 healers, a tank, and 4 DPS. Not Gazelle meat. That's the one. Not quite a lot of dailies in this particular MMOs, which is actually rather strange. Usually can finish my dailies pretty quickly, less than half an hour really. But then again, I spend quite a lot of time because I want to level gathering classes, so... I've also gotten prepared for the Royal City. The fight looks rather heavy on the mechanics side, although nothing I'm not particularly unused to. There are a few things to watch out for, but that's about it, really. The fact that we are 24 players also means that the bosses will be a lot more resilient, which means more chances to actually mess up. Well, let's see, what am I looking for? Ah, there he is. Lovely. Bear. Hey, stop that. I'm actually wondering whether that's the way that bears are supposed to, I don't know, be aggressive. I know that they kind of stand up on their hind legs to make themselves appear bigger, but I'm not so sure if they wouldn't just fall on their 4 paws and actually just hit people like they do in World of Warcraft. I do not know. None of them seems to work. I was supposed to use the last one. Oh. Didn't activate because I was actually... can I say? Busy fighting a bear. Things happen. Here she is. Okay, so only the last one then. Oh. And here we are. Sweet. Let's do this. And off we go. We're gonna be starting off on the boss fight right off the bat, so that should be interesting. Will serve as a bit of you need to be this tall to get ahead. Hi! Not seeing anybody actually. Well, that's a lot more DPSs than I guessed. Yeah, we're divided in 8. 24 divided by 3 isn't... can I say? Isn't 6. There we go. First bosses. Mateus the Corrupt. Looks fancy. Not sure what they are marking though. Okay then, let's do this. Huh? It's the first set of AoEs. She's gonna cast Unbind, which is gonna summon the small thing that's gonna kind of skate around, if I'm not mistaken. There she is. So we'll get a bunch of things that she will show up. Among others, we'll need to deal with those aquaspheres around the arena. Fusro, that fellow, is not attacking the right thing. And he's much too far away for me to do anything about him. We'll need to do something about those water spouts as well. Or maybe it's me that's on the wrong place. That sounds likely. That blizzard tree, need to get rid of that. Whoopsie, got hit by something. Rebind. Which was this? Dual cast. Ghost to a safe spot, which is this one. I'm definitely not at the right spot. I'm seeing that level 70 move pop up a little more often than it used to, so that's good. It's that one, gotta defeat the toads quickly so we can start breeding. We got hit with a stack debuff that will make things a little difficult for us. We've got the Demi Bahamut next to us. So basically you've gotta move those various line AoEs away from the bubbles. Whoops. I died because my stack reached the maximum level, so I died rather quickly. I am sorry, co-healer. Didn't mean to. It is my first time though, so I can't be expected to know these things. Okay. People are getting tethered with small balls. Gotta deal with these. Now, which was this? Okay, gotta defeat these things really quickly. Now what? Oh yeah, middle. To absorb these. Well, ain't that lovely? But completely the wrong alliance. Oh well. She's dead, so no matter. What we got? Machinist and Conjurer. That's better than what I've got. We've got two other white mages. So I doubt I'm gonna get it. Oh, it can also be astrologians and other stuff, can it? Yeah. So those guys... They're that lizardman race from Final Fantasy Tactics. Deceit, apparently. Things can get kind of odd between all of these things flying around. Like chocobos, these will drop a chocobo meteor at some point, which will make things a little difficult. But if you do things right, it shouldn't be too bad. So chaotic. Not yet? Strange how those black chocobos are actually purple. That's the one. Choco Meteor. Something usually associated with the Chocobo summon. Whee! Alright, Alliance buddies. Rabanastre Mimic? What? So we faced Lizardmen, Angry Chocobos, as well as Mimics. Huh. Okay, second boss. Ashmal, Bringer of Order. Lucas Tasmili, eh? Mother Tree Fan. Cool. I suppose we're Alliance B, right? Yes, we are. Okay, these are gonna spread. Okay, that thing. Huh? It's gonna fall somewhere, but where? That away. Good thing I moved. Stream Edge. Go toward the arm that is not elite. Still a freaking weird thing. Earthhammer. Forget what this was. Okay. Quake 4. Strangely, no player has access to Quake. Okay, get rid of that tower. Simple enough. Whoa. Nope. Oh, I got the belt. Nice. Those sense spheres. That will let him recover his mana and deal a bunch of not so fun things like he just did. Guy might be a little low gear wise. Whoopsie. Wrong guy. It happens. What am I looking at? Land Waster. I don't know what that is. Well, sounds like there was nothing I could do about it. Control Tower. I thought it was Submission Tower. I see. Guy's bringing the entire city down. Okay, we're on the right side. Ew. It's gnarly, alright. Rather subdued as far as music goes. Compared to our usual bombastic side. Earth Hammer. Go away from the things. Yep. That's the Golem phase, and I keep getting attacked by it. Okay, gotta bring that Fusroda back on black. Back up. It doesn't look like it right now. I'm a little confused. Trying to hold up as much as I can. Submission tower. Okay, basically deal with the Sand Sphere within our own thing. Okay, we're on the right side, cool. Ew. Did what I could, sorry guys. Can't say I'm being very MP efficient here. Okay, so I got that upgrade there. Which is sweet. Not by much though. Sure, Machinist Thaumaturge. I'll take a greed on it. More of those lizardmen. Apparently they're nothing special. This guy behind me, the Scholar Kicking Axe. Or whether it is a Scholar or not, I do not know. Either way, he seems to have done this quite a few times. It appears like most of his stuff is actually from these. So this chest has a bunch of demons in it. How about that? I know that's the second one. Dragon's voice. Nope. I know, wait, that was close. Derp. Well, at least we can Isuna it. Okay, Kicking Axe was actually in my particular alliance and was actually a summoner. How about that? This is our, I'll have to do this quite a few times. Imperial Ceruleum thingies. Whee! Right into the sewer. And no damage too. Teleportation crystal to get back here. Ah. Well, ain't that fun? Oh, we're going underwater, are we? Fortunately, we won't have much time for this scratch lettering. I'll see if I can look it up or something. Peoples from the other alliances moving through different tunnels. Really feels more like I'm in the Legend of Zelda game. Still not too used to being able to get under the water through here. But these guys seem to know where they're going. Off we go. Well, I'll see. Hee. There we are, the old capital of Ivalice. And our third boss. Here we have Rofocal. Rather special thing. He's somewhere halfway between a chariot and a horse. Has plenty of fairly mobile AoE thing going on. Well, I'm afraid I don't quite remember too much about it. Somebody got locked out? Or are they just too far? Then again, they might have put the B on the backside. So I would be the one at the wrong place. You. That's gonna be bad. Vulnerability plus on me, which I cannot afford. Well, at least we found everybody from my alliance, so that's good. Trample. This will be fun. Within D8, we're fine. That's the one. Safe spot is right here. Rochelle. Seriously? Well, that was dumb. God damn. At the right place this time around, at least. Hey, D's, I'm with the wrong alliance. God damn it. Got locked outside. Can do nothing about that. This arterial acceleration might be bad. We were mostly fine. You step on those, they're gonna bind you. So far I haven't had too much healing to do. A bit really, but not so much. Well. Back to trample. We've lost Kicking Axe. Uh-oh. Ew. Yeah. She was quicker than me. Well, I'm assuming she. Yep, was a she. Oh, that. Okay, that's right, we had to activate them. Now what? Wow. Totally messed that up, did we? Yep. Have to click on the circle. Oh well, now we know. Guy was nowhere near dying anyway. Then again, if they can somehow salvage a healer limit break here, we might be able to make it. Don't have a whole lot missing too. God damn it. Got cut again. Ew. Last boss, apparently. And a Rofocalc card drop. I'll need that. Doubtful though. Shame that. There we are, the last one. Hargatadolphus. This guy is rather special. I remember more about him than about Rofocal, really. He's got those two masks, or rather, his main is the demon one, the other one to the right is the angel one.
It is to be a fight then. I am only too happy to oblige.
Wherever did I hear that voice?
Like sheep before the wolf. From which you run.
Okay, the truth, so...
You will be judged.
So basically, listen to what the Divine Commandment says if you get the angel mask. If you get the demon one, do not do it.
The gods have no eyes for cattle.
Trepidation. Oh yeah, that's the one I had to remember. We got somebody in every circle? I sure hope so. Sweet in. Good. Okay. Flee and do not stop. Okay.
You will be judged. Kneel and repent.
Okay, yeah, those with the sword will do cross AoEs there, which will be tougher to escape from given the giant stuff that we're going to be taking to the face. I don't know what that is, but it's probably not good. Alliance A has lost their tanks, we're going to try to help them. Already did. Good. Those are shades. They need to be killed pretty quickly.
Does it grieve you to see the depths of your own weakness laid bare?
Empty soul. I do not remember. Okay, it's basically just kill stuff.
You do not belong in my world. Step into nothing.
Interesting, huh?
I am the lies upon which you sup.
Okay, lies, so do the opposite of what he says. He says to flee and not stop. I am gonna do nothing.
The world has no place for such wretches. Your claim to life is forfeit.
Ah, okay, that thing. So you can only go in the way they tell you can go.
You are but blood to stain the circle.
Sorry, couldn't do anything about that. Lie. Flee and not stop, so do nothing.
You will be judged.
Well, not entirely nothing.
I am revelation!
Truth. Turn away. I will turn away.
You will be judged. Kneel and repent. You are but blood to stain the circle.
Well, we've lost quite a few people here. Hey you. Get up. Well, we've lost the tank, like immediately.
The gods have no eyes for cattle. Like sheep before the wolf.
At least our tank is back up. That's good news.
I am revelation!
Truth. Turn away. Alright.
You will be judged. I am revelation!
Lies. So do nothing.
You will be judged. The world has no place for such wretches. Your claim to life is forfeit.
Oh, lovely. Hate that mechanic. I'm gonna get dead, and at least I'm gonna get as close as I can. Sorry, co-healer. Okay, that. Get this guy back up.
The world has no place for such wretches. Your claim to life is forfeit. Like sheep before the wolf. The dog will bear. You are the blood to stain the circle.
We did it! That was a little sloppy, but we did it. Goodbye. Congrats, co-healer. You saved my bacon a couple of times. New card with Argatadolphus. Shame I can get it. Lancer armor. Pugilist armor. Unfortunately nothing that I can use. There's no /bat command. Shame. Ultima's trend for formation, huh? Precipitous combat and trisection. Alrighty. Ah. 5 commendation despite constantly dying. That's good. Probably felt I recovered well. And who would that be? Oh, it's Daddy. Where? Where am I? Father! Ramza? And the Warrior of Light? Yes, I know of you, but that you should come to my rescue. Words fail me. A poor playwright, I must seem. Oh, lovely. Wahahaha. The term you're looking for is thank you, Bagaman. Gabagamnan. On which note, I, Bagamnan, bounty hunter, do humbly thank you, Warrior of Light, for delivering me this fine gift. Now, hand over the Rorisit, unless you wish to see the desert sands turn red. And be quick, Gijuk here does not have the steadiest of hands. That one, she will bring it to me. Is she actually scared, or is she gonna pull off some odd stunt like they are wont to do? Huh. One of those signs or those zodiac things. Yes, this is it, the Duma. And to think we found it so close to Doma. The Duma of Doma. Wahahaha. He's like, shut up. That works too. That's actually better. Enough, Wagi. We would not have our guests think us under red. You have what you want, you thieving lizards. Now unhand him. Of course, a Bunga is always true to his word. I will be keeping this, though. Father! You've only yourselves to blame for this, but if you mislike the thought, you could always blame the gods. Not that they are listening. Get up, fool. We're leaving. Oh, he wasn't even dead. Well, at least he wasn't completely ruthless. You're going to be alright. We cannot see to your father's hurts here. Come on, we must get him back to the Prima Vista. Good. There she is, crying as she was wont to do. Father, wake up! Father! Please, mother, don't take him from us yet. He is unchanged. Groan. Jenomis remains deep in slumber, but his breathing is steady and his fever has subsided. For now, all we can do is wait. I've sent word to Sid. I hope you don't mind. Alma, Ramza, can you ever forgive me? And you, Sid, it was never my intention to put you to such trouble. I am ever in your debt. You would have done the same for me, Jenomis. Besides, it was Art here who went through all the trouble. If anyone deserves your thanks, it's her. He is right. I have done naught to deserve your kindness, yet I am its beneficiary nonetheless. He's hiding his Garlean gem beneath his hair. The kids don't have them, though. Probably a fact from their mother. So, if I understand correctly, you're saying Orisid does not work to facilitate the possession of a living host by an icon, as was assumed to be the case with Izael and the Archbishop. Oh. Interesting. But rather absorbs the host ether, its very soul, and somehow transforms it before returning it to the host's body. If that is the case, our Charlian allies will need to be informed immediately. But I suppose the real question here is, did you find what you came looking for? The legend would have us believe that the Delita Herol, the commoner who would be king, was the sole hero of the Zodiac Brave story, but as I have discovered, there was another, two others in fact. Siblings was role faded from subsequent retellings of the story, a brother and sister by the names of Ramza and Alma. Then, to prepare for this assignment, I pored over every published work on Ivalician legends I could lay my hands on, and nowhere did I find any mention of these siblings. But I did. I uncovered irrefutable evidence that Delita had a close companion named Ramza who aided him in his rise to power. This in turn led me to Alma. and that I might never lose sight of the truth, I named my own children after these lost prayers. I'm sorry I never told you any of this, Sid, but you must believe me, Ivalice has never been a mere pastime of mine. It is, and forever will be my calling, my purpose. My family's purpose. Go on. The world knows me as Jenomis and Lexentale, yet that is but my stage name. My true name is Araslam Durai. Countless generations past, it was my ancestor who penned the Durai Papers, an account of Ivalice and the War of the Lions, that details what truly occurred during that turbulent era. You are tired, father. Rest. I will continue. Long ago, an orphan by the name of Oran Durai crossed paths with both Ramza and Delita. After Delita's rise to power, Oran found himself in the service of the pauper become king. Following the War of the Lions, Oran believed the people of Ivalice had a right to know the truth of Ramza's involvement, and set about documenting his deeds. When the church learned of his intent, however, they branded him a heretic and had him burned at the stake. The Durai Papers were never published, and any existing copies were gathered and sealed away in church vaults, the truth about Ivalice along with them. What was so damning that it would drive the church to do such a thing? I don't understand nothing. The answer to that question can be found in this book, the only surviving transcript of my ancestors' chronicle, copied from an early draft and passed down for untold generations. With this, my father and I plan to reveal the truth and restore honor to my family name. Forbidden Chronicles, a secret family legacy. Not that I doubt you, Jenomis, but how do you expect to convince people of all this when well nigh every soul in the realm believes Ivalice to be nothing but a bedtime story? By proving that it is anything but. And when people see that Ivalice was real, the rest will fall into place. Were it as simple as bringing forth the chronicle and submitting it for review, we would of course have done so long ago. But alas, it is not. The Durai Papers, you see, are written in High Ivalician, an ancient tongues long extinct. My father, his father, and his father before him labored tirelessly to decipher this stone, but for want of other sources made only fitful progress. A word here, a phrase there. It wasn't until a recent expedition to Rabanastre turned up several well-preserved artifacts that we were able to translate small portions of the papers. Then the diary stolen by the Banga bounty hunters? I'm afraid so. Everything we had learned of the language was contained in those pages. Then we're back to where we started. Not necessarily. We will have the transcript, as well as some few translated passages, and of course, my father's impeccable memory. I have come too far to allow so simple a setback to deter me from my purpose. I will show the world the truth if it is the last thing I do. It is as Master Garland said, he is a man obsessed, and I fear Ivalice's grip on him will only grow tighter. Father was fortunate to escape Rabanastre with his life, and already he speaks of continuing his quest. Promise me you'll keep him safe, please. You'll be okay. More Orisid then. That is the end of that. After what I've seen here, I'm all but convinced that Ivalice exists, at least in some form. The problem will be gathering sufficient evidence to convince the thousands of scholars and historians who have based their careers on the presumption that it doesn't. Not that I've ever been one to shy from challenge, especially when it means the story of the century. If you're in, Ard, then I'm in. If you're not in, well, I'm still in. Either way, you'll be hearing from me again soon. That much I promise you. Good. Protagonist theme Orchestrion and background story Orchestrion. Huh. So that's probably the quest that will lead us to the next portion of the Rabanastre storyline, or rather the return to Ivalice. But first, we'll actually have to go have a watch at those cutscenes we missed. After that, I'm afraid the stream will be pretty much over. Chances are you'll probably be looking at this somewhere during the holiday breaks, as I'll be taking a little vacation during this time. But that doesn't mean you won't have anything. Probably during each week I'll have at least that stream of Final Fantasy XIV, and the rest will resume as usual once we are in January. Okay, Rowan. Wasn't much longer than what we had seen, huh? Huh. So he was on the battle arena this whole time? Who's that? Probably that thing about having an Evalician that they mentioned. So this guy summoned the last boss then to become akin to a primal, perhaps.
Who dares disturb the slumber of Exdeath, rightful king of Ivalice? Descendants of House Beowulf? Then by my sword shall I banish your souls to the deepest hell!
Awesome.
Where am I? This body... it is not my own.
Oh, gods, what have I done? Save me! Ramza! Save me!
Royal City of Rabanastre complete! And here we are. So I'm afraid that's gonna be it for the time being. Thank you for watching, everyone. If you like what you're seeing, maybe follow the stream. Maybe leave a comment if you're on YouTube. And that was the Great Pumpkin. You all have a pleasant time now. Bye!